It'll be void. Obviously, he's not playing. Well, so if you're watching this on the stream and you're like, how the heck do I get into the chat? Well, that's very easy. You go into the description of the video and you click on the locker room, and then you'll find the locker room. Isn't that great? Presented by Sports Interaction. So, yeah, give me some questions in the chat. If this is your first one, I think this is our fourth. I don't know if we're going to do any more, but we got number 4 here. If you've never watched before, usually off of, I'm going to try every face-off. I often forget, but if I don't forget, I will clap whatever the puck is dropped, and that way you can sync me up with the game. I'm watching this on a stream that is on my screen, and I even have audio, which I didn't have before. Click like, click subscribe, gosh darn it. If you're watching the stream and you're like, yeah, I can do it without subscribing, you're right. But why would you do that? At Christmas? At Christmas time. Unbelievable. No. Leafs forever. Hi, Steve Dangle. Hi. Fan the Flame says, tell all your friends. You should definitely do that. Sarah Marlowe, it's my birthday and I get to watch a Leaf game with Steve Dangle. So that rules, but they better win. Well, you didn't get all of the players for your birthday, but you got a game. You got a game. Shout out to Sarah. Not just because it's your birthday, but you have a December birthday. My mom is a December birthday. We just celebrated her 60th birthday. And everyone I know who has a December birthday complains about it. You can't just combine the gifts. Oh, yeah, this is your birthday / Christmas. No, it doesn't work like that. That is not how it works. How dare you? Colin, what gift are you getting the Leafs for Christmas? Like a vitamin B12 shot, apparently, because they're all sick. TJ Brody out of the lineup tonight. Austin Matthews out of the lineup tonight. Yeah, lots of combo presents. Sarah confirms. So here are the lines if you're just tuning in. So I sat down and producer Drew, who was on the stream, was like, oh yeah, so no Matthews tonight. And I went, what? What are you talking about? Oh, they're showing something on the stream. Oh, Jeff Carter took a puck to the face during warm-up. Oh my goodness, everyone going down right before this game. So because no Matthews and no Brody, here are the Leafs lines. It's a lot. Tyler Bertuzzi, John Tavares, and William Nylander is the first line. Now that's one of the benefits of basically having like 2 first lines or 2 number 1 centers, however you want to look at it. They're basically just going to play the second line more. Wait a sec. Where does that leave Austin Matthews and Mitch Marner? Or where does that leave Austin Matthews' line mates? Well, Matthew Knies returns to the lineup. He's going to be on the wing of Domi and Marner. That certainly is a line. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. That's going to be a lot of fun. Noah Gregor, David Kampf, Kalle Järnkrok. That's basically the shutdown version of the fourth line. It's basically the fourth line after they decide they can't play Ryan Reeves anymore at the end of the first period. Fourth line, Bobby McMann, Pontus Holmberg, who just got recalled, and Nick Robertson. So I wouldn't look at that as a demotion for Nick Robertson, because if I'm not mistaken, when Robertson and Holmberg are both on the Marlies at the same time, and it's been a while, those two are line mates. Bobby McMann, I don't know if he was their regular line mate, but if he was, that would explain that combination even more. I think Keefe's going to have the blender out tonight. Top pair, Morgan Rielly with Timothy Liljegren, who's back in the lineup. Back in the lineup, and your first game back in a month is you're going to be on the top pair. William Lagesson, he's going to want to improve on last game out there with Jake McCabe. Simone Benoit out there with Connor Timmins, Martin Jones in net. We got anytime goal odds on the screen. Or do we? Sorry, did you say on the stream or on the screen? Oh, I see. Yes. Yes, my bad. We have anytime goal odds on the screen. Take your pick, man. I think it's going to be a weird night. It's hockey night in Canada. It's going to be really charged in terms of energy, and there's going to be a ton of players on unfamiliar lines looking to prove themselves. With these games, you tend to bet the over, but I find what often happens in these games where everyone is playing unfamiliar hockey is they just buckle down and they kind of shut it down, and you think there's going to be a billion goals and there isn't. I wouldn't count on the Leafs erasing a 5-0 deficit again on account of that never happens. Yeah, some people asking about the basically in the chat, the little clicky button. You're able to mute it. I mean, full disclosure, I have it muted because why would you just have bling, bling, bling? Yeah, Doug Lee fan on Twitter. Thank you, producer Drew. Max Domi played with Mitch Marner on the London Knights. So, I mean, that makes sense. Like, listen, Sheldon Keefe has to crack down on his players sometimes. He can be stubborn sometimes, but one thing he does really well in these situations is unbutton his or loosen his tie. And I don't mean literally his tie. I mean, in situations where everyone is feeling a little uncomfortable, he's like, all right, what do you like to do? Who likes to do what? And Mitch and Max, I assume, went, we can play together. And he went, great, we'll do that. Like Max Domi, if you think about it, the Tavares, Nylander, Bertuzzi line stays together and they just get a little more ice time. Knies, Domi, Marner, that's just Max Domi replacing Austin Matthews, which is crazy to say. Domi's been a hot topic these last few days because of a article from The Athletic. I mean, he's a fascinating player. He's gifted offensively. He's not very good defensively. He can hit. He can fight. He's only got one goal. He's on like a 40-plus point pace. He is confusing. He's also playing for a multi-year deal. Like Elliot Friedman wasn't shy about telling any and everyone when Max Domi signed in Toronto that he wants to be here for a long time. It's going to be interesting seeing how they can make that happen. Natalie, hey Steve, could you do me a huge favor and tell my dad Dave that you can't wait to see him in January because his daughter bought them VIP tickets to the podcast show. Hey, that's incredible. I'll see you in Kingston there, Dave. Was it Dave? It's Dave. If you're a guy named Dave and your daughter's name is Natalie, then you're going to see us at the Kingston Frontenacs. Woo! That's pretty sick. Fan the Flame says, wasn't Domi a center in junior? Well, I mean, he's a center now. He's a center in the NHL. What I was about to say is one of the things I think hurting Max Domi's long-term case with this team is we know he can play the wing. We've seen him do it lots in the NHL. He hasn't done a good job on the wing. Hello, 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 hello. How about now? A, B, C, D, E, F, G. I am ready for a stream. Apparently, we're good. Okay, I'm moving the cord somewhere else. How is it? Great, good, great, good. It's all good and great. There. Imagine them doing that on TV. Hey, it's Ron McLean, Hockey Night, and oh, sorry, does my mic not work? Blah, 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 blah. Nick says, we got you back. Thank you. Good and great from Warrior Womp. Excellent. Sammy, hey, Steve, do you think you'll eventually do streams for other Canadian teams like you did in the past for playoffs? Maybe. I'm open to it. I certainly would like to do them. Jeff Finger says, I want the Leafs. I want a Leafs blowout victory. Stick it to Dubas. You know what I hate about that? So, like, Shanahan's still the president of the Leafs. Dubas is the president of the Penguins. Obviously, you know, I'm going to cheer for Shanahan over Dubas just because he's still here and Dubas isn't anymore. But the more you learn about that saga between Shanahan and Dubas that ultimately led to Dubas's firing, the harder it becomes to cheer for either of them. You're just like, you know what? I know you guys wanted to separate from each other in the worst way, but you sure sound like you deserve each other. Mook says, go Leafs go. Like that. Warrior Womp. Steve! Do you think Austin Matthews is a chicken noodle soup guy or a humidifier guy? Put the broth in the humidifier. Two birds, one stone. If you want to mute the chat sounds, there's like a little speaker icon. And you click it, and there should be an X next to it, and then you're good. Scorton, 87. Bowmanville Zoo stories on the podcast soon? Most definitely. Hey, everyone, if you're just tuning in, welcome to the Locker Room presented by Sports Interaction. Click like, click subscribe, tell all your friends if you're watching on the YouTube channel. If you want to be a part of the Locker Room, which you ought to, that way you can participate in the chat. There's a link to it in the description. You gosh darn silly geese. We're getting ever closer to game time. They're doing the anthems. We'll see if she knows the words, which would be a step up from most anthem singers we've seen this week. I don't want to make it a US versus Canada thing, but like, it's always been American anthem singers in America screwing up the Canadian anthem. And a lot of people are like, you know what? Why don't you just not have anthems anymore? I'd rather do that than you screw up the words. Like, at this point, it's just disrespectful. I understand a performer getting flustered, but when it happens all the time in the exact same way, I can't help but get bothered. T-Double says, look at this guy. Here I am. Look at me. Vaughn, you've probably answered this before, but if Dubas was still here, would Marner be gone and Nylander signed by now? So Nylander, I don't know. Like, it's not like Dubas has an extensive track record of signing William Nylander quickly. You know what I mean? When it comes to Marner, yeah, I do think he'd be gone. And I don't think it's because he's bad. I just read the tea leaves. Dubas talked about how he was open to trading parts of the core four. And you weren't going to trade John Tavares. Full no move. Wrong side of 30. $11 million. Wasn't going to happen. You're not trading Austin Matthews. I think I said that part. Nylander had a lot of value in a cheapish contract, but that's why you keep him. Which to me left Mitch Marner. They didn't trade him, and they waited until his full no move kicked in. So yeah, I think he would have been gone. And as for Treliving not pulling the trigger on that move, he had like a month runway? Like maybe less? That's hard. Imagine trying to pull that move off. You're brand new here. And if you get fleeced, your time as Leafs GM is over before it began. I don't blame Brad. Leafs forever. Oilers season is going to waste this season. I think you meant the Oilers are going to waste this season. I think you're wrong, man. They're not in a playoff spot yet, but they are up and running. Warrior Womp says, Steve, what do you think of Alex Steves setting the Marlies franchise record with his 14-game point streak? I think he's great, man. I'd like to see him get his chance with the Leafs. I mean, he's at an age where, like, I don't know how much better you expect him to really get. How old is he? I'm just looking it up right now. He's 24. He just turned 24. But I mean, you'd sure like him to be in the NHL by now. I could see him getting a chance with the Leafs. I could see him getting traded and teams wanting him. We're about to drop the puck here. Tristan Jarry has a losing record, but his personal stats are unreal. 917 save percentage. Martin Jones, in his 2 games, has 2 wins and a 902 save percentage, which is actually about bang on league average. Sidney Crosby in Toronto. Steve, what do you think of Bouchard's 13-game point streak? I love it because he's on my fantasy team. I have 3 of the top 10 scoring defensemen. And, well, I traded away Dougie Hamilton, but I also have Shea Theodore when he gets back from injury because I'm pretty sure he was in the top 10 before he got hurt. I'm rocking it this year. Not in football. I'm out of the fantasy football playoffs. 8 teams make the playoffs in a 10-team league, and I missed. All right. I will clap when they drop the puck. That way you can sync up your TV or stream or radio or whatever have you with me and this stream. Timothy Liljegren in the starting lineup for the Leafs. David Kampf getting ready for the opening faceoff against Sidney Crosby. The Locker Room, presented by Sports Interaction here on the SDPN YouTube channel. Puck is dropped. We have hockey in Toronto. Settle down. Get a seat. Grab a bite. Grab a drink. It's hockey night in Canada. Noah Gregor already knocked down to the ice by Sidney Crosby. Vinny Hinostroza in the lineup for the Penguins. He just not cleared waivers. He was waived, and no one claimed him. Calle Yarncroke almost sent on a breakaway. Didn't work. Oh boy. Malkin picks off the pass. Martin Jones steals it away from him. If you're a goaltender, steal the puck off of Evgeny Malkin. 2-on-1 for the Leafs. Tavares shoots, stopped by Jarry, rebound. Wow, that came out of nowhere. Bertuzzi drops it off for Nylander. Willie dancing around, gets tied up with Malkin, gets the puck back. Willie dancing. Oh, he looks great. Tavares tries to shovel it in. He didn't really have anywhere to go. Penguins will get out. Penguins get behind Lagesson. Stop by Jones. No. Oh my God. The Penguins missed a wide open net. Who was that? Pettersson? That was a wide open net. Dude, this opening shift is awesome. Willie nearly gives it away. All right, here comes Max Domi on his first shift as the Leafs top line, second line center. If you want to earn a contract, tonight would go a long way, wouldn't it? Good play from Domi in center ice. Here comes Matthew Knies. Scores! Ew! Oh, that boy has been getting his electrolytes, having his soup, drinking his apple juice. doing whatever to get back into shape after that illness. Max Domi set him up and picks up a point on his first shift with his new line mates. Ew. Oh, Graves did not look good on that one. Yeah, that's right. Producer Drew, that's the NHL 20. Wait, which year of NHL? 24? I haven't downloaded it yet. That's the NHL 24 glitch goal, right, left, right. I mean, that's a glitch goal most years. Holmberg, Robertson, McMann out there. Oh, puck is dropped. Shoot. See, I already forgot. 17:42 left in the first period. I'm going to update you as often as I can. Nick Robertson airmails it. Eric says, would you like to see an NHL team in Halifax, Nova Scotia, Steve? Oh my God, yeah. Halifax is one of my favorite places on earth. I've never been there in the winter, which the locals tell me will change my opinion of it. But Halifax in the summer, there are a few places better. Icing is the call, 17:08 left. And the live odds have changed, minus 175 for the Leafs, plus 140 for the Penguins. It's funny, every time we do these streams, we see the odds fluctuate so huge for the team who's only down one. And like, I just think there's money to be potentially won there, because the NHL has quickly become the league where leads go to die. Like, I mean, forget Columbus losing a 5-goal lead the other day. Like, there are more comebacks in today's NHL than there have been at basically any point in the last quarter century. Oh, and the odds are even a little different on the screen, on the broadcast. So maybe those are about to update here. 16:25 to go in the first. I forgot to clap for the faceoff again. Yarn Croak out there. Oh boy, this is screwing me up. I see Kampf and Gregor out there, and I forgot this is actually the third line. I'm having to override everything in my head right now. Ooh, off the side of the post there for the Penguins. To the point. Oh boy, the Leafs not pressuring the point at all. This line's been out there a long time. Gregor breaking out with Riley. Riley is so good at knowing when to jump up in the rush when the forward's retired. I've noticed him do it a bunch of times recently. Max Domi out there again. We need a point, Max. It's got to be every shift now. You're 1 for 1. He's in the corner. Tried to center it. Didn't work. Jeff Carter, I guess he got patched up. He's out there on the ice. Leafs almost give it away. Jake McCabe up to Mitch Marner. Marner in for Knies! Oh, and he goes wide of the net. Max Domi in the corner. Knocked down. Oh, holding his face. Matthew Knies didn't like that. Matthew Knies in his first career NHL fight. Going at it with number 7 on the Pittsburgh Penguins. Ludwig. They both go to the ice. And with 15:03 to go in the first, a Penguins defenseman and a Leafs forward will head off. Max Domi and Tristan Jarry having a conversation. I don't know what that was about. Oh, so Knies was unhappy. Ludwig got Max Domi really hard with the shaft of his stick right in the face. I think it was accidental, obviously, but he had his stick in the air. I mean, you'd like to see the Leafs get a power play for the high stick there. They might end up on the penalty kill because of the instigator. Did Domi get another tooth knocked out? He lost another one. No way. And you know what's funny? When he got those two knocked out, they missed the call as well. Remember that? I don't remember what team he was with, but he got his front two teeth knocked out and they didn't call it. That's incredible. I gotta find it. I gotta find the clip. Max Domi loses teeth. Yeah, I found it. He was with Chicago. And it goes uncalled. It happened again. Producer Drew goes, okay, puck is dropped. How do you not bleed? I guess it got knocked out clean. And now we got another tilt. Geez, lots of whistles early in this one. Sorry, I was busy tweeting out that link there. Lars Eller, always popular when he comes to this building. I don't know if we're going to get any penalties out of that. Benoit kind of dumped Eller there. Just guys making friends. Benoit is in the box. No, it's not a pet. No, it's 4-on-4. Yeah, producer Drew going, that's a makeup call. I mean, well, if makeup calls do exist, they deserve one, but apparently they don't right here. 4-on-4 action here. Puck is dropped, by the way. 14:30 to go in the first period. Penguins working it around. Lots of ice out there. And Mitch Marner with the shot block that he almost turned into a breakaway. Or is it Yarncroke? It's Marner. Sometimes the two little right-handers with 1 in their number. Sometimes I confuse them for each other. One of them's a better passer. Liljegren in deep. And it's Yarncroke. Now Yarncroke is on the ice. Oh, this is great. One day they're going to put them together and it's going to screw me up. Nylander chasing after Erik Karlsson almost gets the puck off him. This 4-on-4 action is about halfway done. Here comes Chris Letang. Oh! He dangled Jake McCabe, and if that went in, it would have been on every highlight reel. That would have tied the game, but I think you need to technically give Pittsburgh 2 points in the standings if that thing goes in. Holy cow. Nylander gains the zone, gives it right back up, gives it to Jake McCabe. 13-13 to go in the first period. 30 seconds to go in this 4-on-4 action. Willie out there at center ice. Penguins just standing up at the line. They steal it off Nylander. Leafs in the middle of a line change here. Shot goes wide, and we will get a whistle. 12:55 to go in the first. I think I'm going to get another look at this Letang move here. Oh! Goes right through McCabe's legs, but he loses the handle on it, so McCabe cleans it up nicely. Thank goodness he did. That's a poster. If that goes in, that's a poster. We're in the middle of a commercial break right now here on The Locker Room, presented by Sports Interaction. Iggy16, Steve, with that report about Dubas wanting Karlsson for years, is it possible that he wanted to trade Marner for him? It is possible for sure. What I'm trying to figure out is what that deal would have looked like. Like, the Sharks are winning games right now. I'm not entirely sure it's by design. Like, they got a bunch of guys on the roster who you can be pretty confident they're looking to trade. What would Marner going to the Sharks do for the Sharks? What would Marner going to the Sharks do for Mitch Marner? Would the Sharks have him for a little while and then flip him? Does he go to a third team involved? I'm not really sure. Johnny Pole in the chat. Sakuno, Steve, do you think it's a good idea to sell a house from the Bay Area in California and move to Toronto worth the property price? I think it's okay to admit when you don't know the answer to something. I don't know. Guess says, Steve, did you sign my book? Probably. 14 seconds left in 4-on-4 action. 12:55 to go in the first period. Where is the puck drop? Please show me the puck drop. I want to see the puck drop. Please, Stripes. Da, 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 da. Here it comes. Crosby versus David Kampf in the Leaf zone. The ref's number is 87. I want that investigated. Puck is dropped. Penguins win the draw. Carlson with it at the point. He puts it on for a deflection. Jake Gensel stops it dead on his stick. Calle Yarncroke loops it back. Ooh, Liljegren looking a little unsure there. And the puck was deep in the Penguin zone. Leafs stifle the Penguins' breakout. But here comes Carlson. He's got a friend with him. Puck knocked wide. Yeah, this third line is a little out of sorts. I mean, all the lines are a little out of sorts. This would be a gutsy win if the Leafs were to get it. Gregor with it in the offensive zone. Drops it for Kampf. Kampf swarmed by like 3 Penguins. Goodness. Marner at the point with it. I thought he was going to shoot. He does. Where is it? Oh, loose puck. Gregor couldn't get to it. By the way, I called this last stream. I want William Lagesson to score so bad. Not just because he's a noted Alan Walsh client, but he's played something like 80 NHL games, no NHL goals. Marner to Domi. Domi fighting off of Evgeny Malkin. Penguins get it back. Oh, Leafs. Simone Benoit does a good job holding the line. No one there in support, though, as the Leafs try to get a line change in there. Benoit doing a good job along the boards again. Man, he's been a good depth add for the Leafs, which a lot of people did not call. Nylander now out there with Robertson. Is Nylander the center? No, Domi's out there. Oh, Sheldon Keefe trying all sorts of different stuff. It's difficult to tell, like, what's the new lines, what is a new line, what is just a broken line change. This will be a challenge tonight. Connor Timmins out of play, but it goes off a Penguin stick. Hello in the chat from Leafs Fart Sniffer. Hello, Leafs Fart Sniffer. Okay, so there's something I'm supposed to tell you the live odds for, but I'm afraid. It's live odds plus 800 for a Martin Jones word that starts with S. You know? 2-on-1 for the Leafs. John Tavares in with Nylander. Tavares does get it across to Nylander. 2-on-1's dead, but they still have possession in the O zone. Willie, good battle behind the net. The Penguins swarmed the Leafs every time the Leafs had the puck behind the net. Penguins break it out. 10 minutes to go in the first period here. 1-0 Leafs. Shots 5-2 in favor of the Leafs somehow. It feels like Martin Jones hasn't had to do anything. So if you were to make that bet, oh, Nick Robertson, what a move! Gets it through! Marner scores! Mitch Marner off a dirty feed from Nick Robertson, and I believe Max Domi is about to pick up his second point of the game. We are half a period into this game. Domi has 2 assists, and he's down 1 tooth. Hoo-hoo-hoo. Now let's make sure that Domi steals it off Jeff Carter. Robertson, what a play through his legs. What a move. And Mitch Marner, what a finish. That is a nasty, nasty goal. Oh, ew. Ew. Oh, gosh, that's a nice goal. Oh, that is a really nice goal from all involved. Marner's 13th of the season. When did you become a goal scorer, kid? Robertson's 6th assist and Max Domi's 15th assist. Producer Drew saying Matthews is going to have to play third line when he gets back. You know what? You're right. That way he can stay with Gregor. You got to keep the chemistry, right? Puck is dropped, by the way. Penguins put it on. Martin Jones with the save. And you can bet on him to continue making saves on Sports Interaction while you're here in the locker room. If you're watching just on the YouTube channel, link is in the description for the chat in the locker room. And if you are on the YouTube channel, click like and subscribe, you silly goose. Bobby McMann was shadowing Erik Karlsson. Probably not something he thought would happen when he was on an AHL contract. I believe he was on an AHL-only contract. Nick Robertson behind the net. He's dumped. Riley gets it deep. Pontus Holmberg working down low. Leafs doing a great job getting the puck down low. And Penguins putting a ton of pressure on them. Penguins simply dump it out so they can get a line change. Leafs have as many goals as the Penguins have shots on goal. I think the Leafs might be offside here, but they're going to play anyway. Nylander, again, Leafs making everything hard for the Penguins. Penguins get out of their zone, though. Stop by Jones, and we get a whistle. And some shoving after the whistle. What a game so far. Holy. Whoo. Oh, Crosby wanted a call for a high stick from Nylander. Yeah, that's going around, isn't it, Sid? We all want to call. I see you still have all your teeth. What are you shaking your head for? If you're watching this right now, click like, gosh darn it. Click subscribe, gosh darn it, and tell all your friends. We're hanging out here on the SDPN YouTube channel, and we're hanging out in the locker room with Sports Interaction. I'm watching a Sports Interaction commercial right now. It's Leon Draisaitl and Mitch Marner shooting pucks at Chris Pronger. Pronger does not look like he's enjoying it. Blue Philly. Hey, Steve, any chance you guys will do live shows in America in the future? We don't have any planned, but yes. I was actually talking to someone about that. Was it yesterday or the day before? I don't know if any are going to happen this season. I'm not going to say no. But next season, I would say downright likely. Iggy16, Steve, would you guys ever do a live show in Moncton? Of course. Of course we would. There is no place where I've been like, boys, we are never doing a show here. Fish says, glub, glub, glub. Hello. Guest says, hello from Newfoundland. Johnny Pariah says, so when are we getting Dangle Navy jerseys? We have them. I don't know if you've seen them, but we have only been selling them in batches. We haven't done a batch for a while. Maybe we should. Are you saying you want them? Is that what you're saying? Puck is about to drop. We have returned from commercial break. 7:50 to go in the first period. Puck has dropped. Penguin shoots. Stopped by Jones. Tavares to Tyler Bertuzzi, but he couldn't handle the pass. Gensel leaves it for Crosby. Crosby to the middle. Oh boy. He almost put Tyler Bertuzzi on a poster. Penguins send it wide. Penguins are about to get a power play here. Extra attacker is on the ice. How is that not? Why isn't the play blown dead? Really? All right. Crosby with it. For Malkin. The Penguins are just getting an extended power play here. Stopped by Jones. Holy cow. Mitch is teeing off on the ref right now. Yeah, that Tyler Bertuzzi knocked down the pass and they didn't whistle it dead. Do you have If You're a Goaltender merch? No, Sportsnet owns that, unfortunately. I'm not even sure what the original penalty was. They just showed the whole sequence, and there's so much chaos going on. Timothy Liljegren to the box for slashing. He whacked Crosby. Okay. Well, you can't do that, so it might be why he's getting a penalty. Might have saved a goal, though. David Kampf, the puck is dropped. Loses the draw. Penguins with it. Oh, boy. Martin Jones makes the save there. I think Jake Gensel might have got a piece of that. JP says, let's go Coventry Blaze. I think I have a Brayhead clan jersey. Puck is dropped. Penguins power play is ranked 30th, which is not good, but it's actually been hot in the last week, ever since we teed off on it on the podcast. Oh, Marner, what a hook pass to Riley. I don't think Riley's going to, he's wisely curling back with it. The Leafs are going to waste some time. Fire it down the ice. Good job. Yarncroke, stripped to the puck. Yep, and the Penguins are going to take a really silly interference penalty. That was Gensel knocking down Yarncroke on the other side of the ice there. Well away from the play. Hello, Marco K in the chat on the locker room. Oh, boy. So Yarncroke and Gensel were going back and forth a little bit. Yeah. Gensel goes off for the retaliation. Drew put odds on the screen, and I am not reading them out loud. But you can see them on the screen. I'm not reading them out loud. It says a word that I'm not allowed to say. It involves Martin Jones. I'm not saying it. Yeah, you can't make me say it. You can't make me say it. 6:14 left. Puck is dropped. 4-on-4 action for a little over a minute. Connor Timmins. Oh, Timmins again. Nylander. Oh, what a move! Lost it, and I think the Leafs are about to get a... Yep, the Penguins just took another penalty. So the Leafs are going to get a minute and 5 seconds of 4-on-3 power play, which I think will then be 55 seconds of 5-on-3. Nylander gets slash pretty good. And we're going to get a commercial break here before we get any of that. Steve Stressball. Steve, I'll give you $14 to say it. No, that's not enough. Sarah Marlowe, Yarncroak is whatever you need him to be. Like, what a coach's dream, eh? What an absolute coach's dream this player is. Tyler Bertuzzi's arc this season with the Leafs reminds me of Yarncroak last year. Yarncroak, people don't remember this. Yarncroak to start his Leaf tenure was terrible. And they could not find this guy a line. They could not find him a position. It was bad. He might have been healthy scratched. I can't remember. Like, they were already talking about trade rumors. Dude had just signed a 4-year deal. And then he, by the end of the season, became like completely irreplaceable. This season, I can't imagine a team without Yarncroak. Bertuzzi, the first 10 games of the season, yuck. Absolute yuck. He was brutal. And now here he is, like an absolutely spectacular part of this team. Even when he's not scoring. And I got to admit, he hasn't scored very much. He's playing very well. A lot of metrics smile upon Tyler Bertuzzi. Iggy16, I love that Steve's answer wasn't, I can't be bought. It's just, that's not enough. Good catch. I can be bought. You just got to show me the money. Show me the money! No, that won't get us a copyright strike. No. My Cuba Gooding Jr. impression is not that good. 5:59 to go in the first period. Puck is dropped. Oh, yeah, that's Tom Cruise saying that. It's Tom Cruise saying it to Cuba Gooding Jr. No, I screwed that up. Leafs 4-on-3. Tavares sends an errant pass, and the Leafs will lose the zone here. Do the Leafs have 4 forwards right now? Yeah, they do. It's Marner, Bertuzzi, Tavares, and Willie. It's weird seeing the core 4 without Matthews. Oh, Tavares off a foot. Willie holds the zone. Tavares gets it through to Mitch. That was a great play. Mitch. Oh! The dangles didn't work. 20 seconds to go in the 4-on-3, and then the Leafs will gain a 5th. Willie, drag. Can't get it through. Tavares. Over to Willie. Chew! Shoots high, and that was out of play. Yeah, it's producer Drew saying seeing Bertuzzi out there instead of Matthews is so much less threatening. You're not wrong. I mean, he plays his role right. I guess you got to facilitate through Willie and Mitch. And then you have Tavares kind of bumper-ish. And Bertuzzi banging away in front. It's also 4-on-3, which is weird. Puck is dropped. Oh, no, it's not. Someone's getting waved out. Tyler Bertuzzi's going to take this face-off. 5 minutes to go in the first. Puck is dropped, and Bertuzzi loses it. But the Leafs get it back. And the Leafs now get their 5th man out there. Tavares shoots, misses. Willie keeps the zone. And Morgan Riley now out there. And the Leafs immediately lose the zone. Martin Jones, though, nice and quick, getting out of the net to play it. Bertuzzi around for Riley. Tavares in the corner. Knocked down. Leafs hold the zone. Down low to Marner. Bang from Riley. Rebound. That's a big save from Jari. I don't know if it was on Tavares or Bertuzzi. Jake Gensel might have a break here. Wide. That was the Leafs' first 5-on-3 of the season, and it was only seconds long. Absolutely hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. You know what? The refs were reading about how the Leafs were the last team in the league to get a 5-on-3. Which is hilarious because last year the Leafs were the last team to get a 5-on-3. They almost went an entire season. Oh, big giveaway there from Nick Robertson. Leafs get it back. Oh, thank goodness. That would have looked bad for the kid. Here he is. Redeem yourself, kid. Up to Max Domi, who's just a human point machine tonight. He's got 2 assists already and fewer teeth. The fewer teeth he has, the better he does. Knies is in a mood tonight. Getting into it with everybody. I love it. 3 minutes to go in the first period here. Lagesson working it out. I never know if it's Lagesson or Lagesson. They keep saying Lagesson on the broadcast. Alpha Juliet says, Nick, you can't do that. I assure you he can. I just watched him do it. Kampf up the ice. Yarncroak had no idea where that was. Noah Gregor knocked to the ice. This game's got a little bit of pep. Kampf trying to take it off of Carlson. Liljegren out there. Whoop. 2:20 to go in the first period. Jake McCabe with it in his own zone as Leafs change. Pontus Holmberg gets it to Bobby McMann, who will chip it deep for Pontus. Holmberg back to the point. The Leafs hold the zone. Riley put it on, and it goes up and over. Tyler Bertuzzi is out there. I don't know if this is a broken line change or the way it was intended. Bobby McMann fires it on, stopped by Jari. Riley. Over to Timmins on. Blocked in front. Lots of bodies. Now Tyler Bertuzzi's out there with these guys. Oh, Holmberg takes advantage of the break, the giveaway. Shot. Bobby McMann! The Penguins turn into a bakery, an absolute turnover factory, and Bobby McMann scores his first career NHL goal. Last year, he scored a goal. I think it was in his first NHL game, and it got called back. Oh, Holmberg had such a good chance there. Bertuzzi sets up Bobby McMann. First career NHL goal. And this guy is not young by NHL rookie standards. 27 years old from Wainwright, Alberta. 27 is pretty old for a rookie. Only played 10 games last year. This is only game 7 for him this year, but it's his 4th point. He had 3 assists. That's Holmberg's first assist of the season. Probably his first point, too. He hasn't played very much. I don't know if he has any goals. 3-0 Leafs. Leafs are minus 1,100 now to win this game. So hope you bet on them before the game. Yeah, Holmberg did not have a point this season before that. Unreal. Under a minute to go here in the first. Penguins, bang! Gobbled up by Martin Jones. Bobby McMann in NHL game number 17. His 7th of the season. First NHL goal. I don't think they knew. I don't think his line mates knew. No one immediately went for the puck. They did end up getting the puck. I just realized you're not all necessarily watching the game. Jonas Antetokounmpo is currently chasing down that puck. He wants it. It's his puck. Erik Karlsson into the slot. Penguins looking to get on the board before the end of the period. Gensel in front of Crosby. Deflected wide by Martin Jones, who is a brick wall. You might call him Martin Wall. Wait. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The Matthews and Brodie-less Leafs take a 3-0 lead with them into intermission. as we all predicted. Absolutely hilarious. Magic happening here in the locker room, presented by Sports Interaction. Here on the SDPN YouTube channel. This rules. Producer Drew saying, wasn't there a crazy comeback the first stream that was Penguins Leafs? I don't know. I hope not. I hope there isn't tonight. Blue Philly, Martin Jones looking pretty good right now. Fan the Flames, Matthews trade incoming? Leafs don't need Austin to win. You know what? You're right. Calling Dr. Jones, 10 goals in 2 periods. I'm sure many guys are sick. They don't quit. Man. I mean, okay, guys who have been out of the lineup with illness. Ilya Samsonov has been out. William Lagesson has been out. Matthew Knies has been out. Austin Matthews is now out. TJ Brody is now out. That's 5 guys I've counted who have missed time, and there could be more. There is very likely more. Really gutsy effort so far. Jay says, should Jones be the starter until Wool comes back? If it works out that way, it works out that way. I just don't think we're there yet. This team is better if Ilya Samsonov returns to the Ilya Samsonov of last year. He was fine. He was great. I wanted to read this tweet from Kyle Cushman. Bobby McMann looked like he was ECHL bound in 2021. Scored only 4 points in 21 AHL games the season prior and was assigned to the Newfoundland Growlers. Then Nick Robertson got hurt and Bobby McMann got a call-up. He hasn't looked back since. Now he's an NHL goal scorer. That is a magnificent story. Hard not to cheer for that. Really hard not to cheer for a story like that. Producer Drew, do we have intermission entertainment? Ooh. We're going to throw to Cam Stewart and Dave Bastel talking about tomorrow. That's Sunday, December 17th. Sunday's football games. That is football of the American variety, the NFL. Take it away.
The Sunday schedule of week number 15 starts off in Cleveland between the Browns and the Bears. It's Cam Stewart, David Bastel with you. Right now at Sports Interaction, Cleveland Browns 3-point favorites to win this game. Both have played well against the number. Bears coming off a massive win against the Lions last week.
Don't look now, but the Bears are playing pretty good football, Dave. Like, this team has been on fire. They're actually looking a lot better. And Cleveland, I love you, Cleveland Browns. You guys are one of my favorite teams at home. Your money in the bank with that Schwartz defense. But I actually think this could be a spot for the Chicago Bears. Isn't this line a little bit fishy, Dave? With the Bears, like, you could have made Cleveland 3.5, 4, and I still think people would be betting on them. Hey, Joe Flacco doesn't have to do much in this game. Just, their defense is great. But I'm telling you, the Bears can get to teams. Their defense is playing better. They got a couple ball hawks, and Fields is getting more comfortable. Sure, he'll make a mistake, Dave, but he'll also make a couple great plays. Give me the Bears +3 against my Browns, who have been awesome this year.
I'm wacko for Flacco, so I am on Joe Flacco and the Browns.
Hey, Flacco.
6-1 on home turf, by the way, too. You're not scared about that?
I'm very scared, Dave. Betting the Bears is a very scary proposition, but I just looked at the line and I said, something smells fishy here. Like a bear likes dead salmon. Yeah. I like the Bears.
Yeah, fair enough. Let's move on to the Tennessee Titans. They're at home to the Houston Texans, who just hiccuped against the Jets last week, and that's being nice about it right now. Sports Interaction has the Titans as 2.5-point favorites. Tennessee 4-1 on home turf this year.
Wow, Dave, this one doesn't get easy. I'll tell you one thing. I think Stroud's going to be okay. He's a young guy. I think he's going to pass protocol. I don't know by the time we're taping who's starting, but if he is, I'm taking the Houston Texans. Dave, we were on the Jets last week. It was a bad spot against that defense, but still Tennessee, I think Houston can do things against them. They are a dog in this matchup. People remember what they saw last, and that was Tennessee shocking the Miami Dolphins. I think Houston turns the tables on them. Give me the Texans in a bounce back.
Buyer beware on Tennessee, though. They've won 5 of the last 7 games against the Texans, and these division rivals know a lot about each other.
They do.
Something to think about. Move on to the Giants and the Saints from New Orleans. Right now at Sports Interaction, the Saints 4.5-point favorites. These two teams met back in October of 2021. Not really relevant to this conversation, but it was a recent game. It went to overtime.
I got to tell you this, Dave. Tommy Cutlets.
Hey.
You know what? Italian community in New Jersey, New York, loving him. Undrafted
Seriously.
player, awesome. From Syracuse. One thing, too, Tommy, maybe it's time to move out of your parents' house, but you might lose your mojo. What do you do when a girl comes over? Do you put a sock on the door? I don't know. Just saying, I love Cutlets. I love DeVito. The Giants think they're alive. And the Saints, they're not going to cover big numbers. I love what this kid's doing, Dave. And you know what? He can actually run the ball a little bit.
He does.
Get a little swift on his feet. Give me the Italian Stallion plus the 6.
70-plus yards on Monday Night Football in that win against the Packers. That was massive. We move on to the Battle of the Bays. It's the Buccaneers and Packers. The older folks might remember these used to be division rivals back in the day, Cam Stewart, when the divisions were kind of all messed up and you never knew where you were quite going with some of these matchups. But nonetheless, hard to believe. Both of these teams are in playoff spots, and one of them is actually tied for first place with a sub-500 record.
Hey, Dave, it's like those old Adams division days. I miss the Nordiques playing the Whalers. I don't like this new realignment, but I'll tell you this. Green Bay, they ran into a buzzsaw that was DeVito and the Giants, who's playing really, really well. Yep. Green Bay, they laid a little bit of an egg early there and grinded. They could have won that game. Here's the thing. I don't think Tampa Bay's that good because they look better because they beat Atlanta. Who cares? The Falcons are a horrible football team. Green Bay at home. You saw what they did to Kansas City, Dave? Give me some cheese, please. It's the holiday season. Cheese tray. Give me the Packers.
Yeah, you know what? I'm on the Packers as well. I kind of look at that Monday night as a big-time missed opportunity for the Packers. They should have won that game. They didn't. They move on and get...
Still got an easy sked, though, Dave.
I think
down
so.
The stretch.
Out of the group, absolutely they do. Let's move on to the Rams at home to the Washington Commanders. Ooh. Right now at Sports Interaction, the Rams are 6.5-point favorites that are making me want to bite the Rams. I really liked them to win last week in Baltimore. They didn't get the job done. They pushed it to overtime. They were toe-to-toe with one of the best teams in that conference.
Dave, I don't know what to do with this game. Like, I'm looking and go, what a performance by the Rams.
Yep.
That was fantastic. You guys saw these guys, what they did? They should have beat Baltimore. They played a great road game, but now we're asking the Rams to lay 6.5 points against kind of a gritty Washington team. They've had time to prepare too, Dave. 10 days with the enemy and that offense. Yeah, even more than that. So I'm going to tell you, I think Washington shows up in this game, loses a heartbreaker by 3 or 4. I'm going to take the points with the Commies.
So the Commies lose 4 straight, 2 and 8 in their last 10. You're still taking the Commies?
I'm very scared, Dave, but we have to make bets. So give me the Commies plus the points in a tight one.
The Sports Interaction game of the day, the Dallas Cowboys in Buffalo against the Bills. Bills right now, 2.5-point favorites at Sports Interaction. And don't look now, Cowboy fans. Winners of 5 straight, hammer the Eagles last weekend, and are they headed to a division title?
Dave, I know at the start of the year, and a lot of people call me a stooge. I have the Dallas Cowboys. I am a stooge, but I have the Dallas Cowboys actually futures on these guys from the start of the year. Other than the 49ers, I feel really good about them beating everybody in the NFC. Here's the deal, though, Dave. Buffalo. Win in Kansas City. Get it done. Dallas feeling good about themselves coming off that win against the hated rival Philadelphia Eagles. Buffalo needs to run the table. Nobody circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills. It's a pass from Allen to Diggs. Touchdown, Buffalo! In overtime. Bills by 6.
Football! Hey, how you doing? Steve Dangle here. On the locker room. Presented by Sports Interaction. Sports Interaction is the locker room. Whatever you want to call it. Leafs. No Brody. No Matthews. Third stringer in net. Bunch of guys probably pooping. Bunch of guys probably barfing. Bunch of guys probably doing a little bit of both. My wife calls that pookying because it's like puking and pooping. This is great content. This is great stuff. And they're up 3-0. 3-0. Max Domi loses a tooth, gains 2 points. Matthew Knies back in the lineup after a week of puking and pooping himself. Scores a goal. Mitch Marner, filthy feed from Nick Robertson, scores a goal. Bobby McMann capitalizing, and his line mates Pontus Holmberg and Tyler Bertuzzi, like we all predicted, capitalizing on some Penguins giveaways. And Bobby McMann, at the age of 27 years old, he will be 28 in June, scores his first career NHL goal. It rules. It rules. It simply rules. That's funny. Heading into the game, I was like, I want Lagesson to score his first NHL goal. I did not realize Bobby McMann didn't have one, because I remember watching the game where he scored. I think it was in his first game last year. It was against Detroit, and they called the goal back. Isn't that something? I got my floorball stick in here. I was doing some tricks for producer Drew. He said I suck. Ah! Admit it, that's more than any of you thought I could do. I think it's great content. Get into the locker room. Give me your comments, give me your questions, give me your whatevers. Heading into the game from producer Drew, here, do you want to be mad? The Leafs were plus 575 to win by 3 heading into this game. Listen, it's the NHL. One goal changes that. But if you took that bet, you're probably feeling pretty nice right now. Warrior Wump. Hey, Steve, you said floorball. Aren't you pretty good at that? I mean, I'm an undefeated champion, but is that good? I don't know. It's hard to say. Scorton 87. Steve, did you get a ring for your floorball championship? No. So for those of you who don't know, I'm sure all of you do because I talk about it all the time. I was in the John Boy Media Warehouse Games a few months ago, and my team, McFlurry Power, we won. I was wondering why I didn't hear the broadcast. My stream froze, so now I'm gonna bring it back up. I hope the game's not on right now. My team won floorball, and we have a banner. I don't believe they give us championship rings for Mike. Upset again. Nope. All right. Hey, I fixed it. All right, we're good. I don't know what that's about. McFlurry Power, baby. Marner is currently plus 175 to score another goal in this game. Ooh, thank you, producer Drew. That's some nice stuff. We like that. We like that. Tony M suggesting a timer, like game clock. Yes, that would be a good idea. I agree. Working on it. Working on a lot of things. Hey, Steve, is floorball what you call an elderly guy taking a shower? I'm positive what you're asking is dirty, but I'm confused as to How? I guess my question is, did the old man fall down? No, I'm afraid to learn the answer. I don't want to know the answer. Johnny Pariah says chances of the Leafs blowing a 3-0 lead. Chances of me banning you from the chat just went up. If you think the Penguins will only lose by 2, it's plus 150. Interesting. Thank you, Scorton. I know. Warrior Womp. Steve, would you rather A, own an OHL team, B, coach an AHL team, or C, be the equipment manager for an NHL team? Oh boy. Okay, well, coach an AHL team, immediate no. Immediate no. Because I couldn't do that. Own an OHL team. Well, I assume in this scenario you would give me the money to buy them, but I wouldn't have the money to operate them. So I'm going to say no. So I'm going to say be the equipment manager for an NHL team, because I think that's the situation least likely to ruin me financially and the situation I'd be most likely to learn. They have a hard job. I'm not saying I could do it. I didn't say that. But you think I could coach an AHL team? Come on now. Come on now. It's arguably the second best league in the world. Third at worst. And you think I could coach that? I don't know if I could coach Adam. Not Adam Wild, like Atom. Up and Atom. Bobby Hastings sends his regards. Like, yeah, you think I could be Bobby? All that stuff where he has his fingers on the stick on the bench. I'm not that organized. You know what? I would have it together. And then Keefe would like change up the lines and I'd be like, oh, I'd be totally messing up. I'd hand a right-hander a left-handed stick. Scorton says the SDPN should buy the Oshawa Generals. Yeah, I'll just call up Rocco Tullio and be like, hey, man, how's $20 sound? And he'd be like, what? And I'd be like, never mind. And hang up the phone. And he would spend the rest of his lunch going, I wonder who that was. And then he would forget about it immediately. Bobby McMann. That rules. Warrior Womp, I would hand Matthews a goalie stick. You're probably right. Jared from Froman says Alex Lyon down. Really? We're about to get puck drop here for the second period. Puck is, come on, man, drop the thing. Puck is dropped so that you can sync everything up. We're here in the locker room. Sports Interactions, the locker room, and the SDPN YouTube channel. If you're watching on the SDPN YouTube channel and you want to be part of the chat, go to the description, you silly goose, and you'll find a link. Leafs. Ooh, David Kampf getting crunched down there. It's funny. Every time the Leafs play a game without Austin Matthews, you can tell they tighten up. And they treat it like a playoff game. They treat it like, oh, we can't do all the stupid stuff we usually do. Oh, we got to play like hockey. Bobby McMann has the same, actually has more points in the NHL this season than the AHL. I just noticed that. 19-14 to go in the first period. Whoa, puck dropped. Martin Jones with a stop. Hey, producer Drew, what is the Leafs record without Matthews? 34, 19, and 2. Dude, that's like a President's Trophy pace. That's crazy. Oh! Martin Jones with the stop. 34, 19, and 2. Let's do some math. I'm going to do some math right now. 34 plus 19 plus 2 equals 55 games. So that's 110 possible points. Watch me do some math here. They have 34 wins. It's a 51 win pace. So 34 wins is 68 points. Plus the 2 losses. So that's 70. So that's 70 divided by 110 equals times 82. No, I did it wrong. No, it's times 164. 70 divided by 110 equals times 164. That's a 104 point pace. I got there in the end. Drew says it's more than that. Is it? It's how much? No, I did the OT losses. I did something wrong. I don't know. I think I typed in the numbers wrong. I don't know. It's a lot. Oh, puck is dropped. So the Leafs had 50 wins last season. Oh, big hit there from Timmins. Here comes William Nylander along the boards 2 minutes into the second. That was disrespectful what he just did. He took his shot. He drove the net because he saw it was Karlsson defending him. Jake McCabe almost gets a goal there. A Penguin is tied up with one of the Leafs. I think that was Nylander. What happened there? Jones with the stop. Marner to Knies to Domi! Scores! This guy is having the best game of his life! Maximum Domi! We're less than 3 minutes. We're less than 2.5 minutes into the second period. This guy is already down one tooth. He gets a goal. He has 2 assists, and he just chased Tristan Jarry out of the net. How does this play start? Marner, the nice little play to Knies, gives it to Domi, who just waits. The Leafs have a 4-0 lead, and Max Domi has been in on 3 of them. Ew. Oh, that was nasty. Producer Drew just like, oh, that's terrible goaltending. Shut up. Shut up. I don't even care if that's true. And Alex Nedeljkovic now going in net for the Penguins. He hasn't had a great career in recent years, but he's doing really well this year. What's he got this year? I know he hasn't played very much because of injury. In 6 games, he has a .935 save percentage and a 3-2-1 record. I mean, that's good goaltending. It's not a huge sample size, but it's good goaltending. Oh! Martin Jones, nice little save there. That was a good chance for the Penguins. Noah Gregor, he might have a step here. He can't get the shot off in time. Max Domi's agent should be calling Brad Treliving every day. As long as he stays this hot, he should be calling him every day. His agent, by the way, I believe is Darren Ferris, who is Marner's agent. Leafs now minus 10,000. Sports Interaction watches all the games, right? Like they saw a 5-0 lead get a race the other day, right? I don't know. Max Domi, he's out there. Gosh, he's been like automatic. Some guys just don't do well as depth guys. Marner keeps it onside. Oh, off the bar. Connor Timmins is out for blood. He just goes for another big hit. I didn't even know this part of his game existed. McMann! I think he might be getting a penalty shot. He's at very least getting a penalty. They're going after Bobby McMann. I can't imagine for what. He crashes into Nedeljkovic, but because he was being held this entire time. Chris Letang is mad. He's going to the box. I think that should be a penalty shot. What's the argument against it? I got to see the replay here. Apparently, Jay in the chat, I don't know if this is true, but Domi's only played 4 minutes. That can't be right. He didn't play very much in the first. I do remember that. But there's no way he only played 4 minutes. Oh, McMahon's got Letang like fully beat. Oh, that's a veteran call. That's a veteran getting the benefit. Letang off for 2 minutes. Did I hear on the broadcast he got a misconduct as well? So this is a Leaf power play. Leaf power play. It's, I think, their first 5-on-4 power play of the game. 15:54 to go in the second period. Tavares kicked out of the draw, but Max Domi out there on the top unit is going to go in his place. He won it, but it hit the ref skate. The Leafs come up with it anyway. Marner on. Producer Drew with a great point. Oh, no, it's Unworthy Thor in the chat as well. Matthew Knies has a Gordie Howe hat trick tonight. Which one did he get an assist on? Oh, on the Domi one. That's crazy. He got it in like 20 minutes. Nylander! Stop by Nedeljkovic. We'll get another whistle. 15:40 to go in the second period. Can people in the chat guess how many times Gordie Howe had a Gordie Howe hat trick? It wasn't very many. John Tavares wins the drop. Puck is dropped. Nylander to Riley to Nylander. And Tavares shovels it in. The Leafs have a 5-0 lead. We are less than 25 minutes into this game. Holy Toledo. Wow. Wow. Johnny Toronto wins the draw. Riley and Nylander playing keep away. That puck goes off of, I think, Ludwig, and Tavares collects the rebound. Yeah, Nedeljkovic had no idea where that was, but that was bloody chaos. And the Leafs feeling it tonight. Jeff Carter. Oh, yeah. So Chris Letang is still in the box. I think I heard correctly. I think he got a misconduct. Yeah. I think he got a misconduct for yipping at the refs. He was chirping at him. Puck is dropped. 15:32 to go in the second period. Leafs up 5-0 on a Saturday night. But they just erased a 5-goal deficit 2 days ago. So if any team is going to have incentive to keep their foot in the gas, it's this team. Penguins go offside. The answer for how many Gordie Howe hat tricks Gordie Howe had, by the way, 1. I'm surprised too. From Adam Wild in the chat. Hi, this is the real Adam Wild. Hey, man. 15:16 to go. Puck is dropped. Penguins put it on. Stopped by Martin Jones. And some nasty stuff after the whistle. Jake Gensel is such a little rat. I would love him if he was on my team, but he's not. So, rat. Someone whose name I'm afraid to mention just texted me. The 5-0 lead is the most dangerous lead in hockey. God, I hope they're wrong. Face off. Puck is dropped. Penguins. Bang! Ooh! And whoever blocked that looked hurt. I think it was Noah Gregor. Yeah. He skated under his own power to the bench, but he got off the ice in a hurry. Oh, boy. Max Domi out there in place of Noah Gregor on the wing. And he's got the puck already. Sends it in deep. Marner on the ice. Oh my goodness, he almost got Kampf a goal. Benoit puts it on. The Leafs are all over it tonight. It's unbelievable. Like, it hasn't even really been... Like, it's not like Jari and Nedeljkovic have been terrible. Penguins send it wide. Logan O'Connor. Connor Timmins getting it out. The Pittsburgh money line is now off the board. Shot! Oh! Jones keeps it out! We're going to get some rough stuff after the whistle here. I don't even know who's got who. Ludwig going after Benoit, who's going after someone else, and Malkin's in there, and Jones a little slow to get up. I don't like that very much. I think he might have been looking for the puck. The Leafs, as we head to commercial break, Max Domi with a 3-point night so far. Leafs are up 5-0 on Pittsburgh. Goodness gracious. I'm looking at it right now. Holy cow. Max Domi, a goal and 2 assists for a +3. He only has 1 shot on goal. It went in 6:35 of ice time. We have a prop on the screen right now. Will the Leafs... It's too small on my screen. What does it say? Sorry. Will both teams score a goal? That's the prop? No is +350. Interesting. Lots of interesting stuff here on Sports Interactions, the locker room. Scorton saying we need Domi to get a fight so we can have 2 Gordie Howe hat tricks. Yo, that'd be crazy. What are Domi's fantasy points this season? Oh, fantasy points this game. Well, in my pool, I want to say a goal is 4 and an assist is 2. And he's got a shot. He's probably got a few hits and blocks, which we also do. They don't count for very much, but is Max Domi available in my pool? I don't think he'd be good enough to make my team, but let's just see. Let's just see. Domi. Wow, he is ranked 503rd in my pool. Dude, I thought he'd be ranked way higher than that. Jeffrey Carter saying the Sir Gordon Howe hat trick. You know what's never occurred to me ever until this very moment? I'm 35 years old. That Gordie Howe's name must be Gordon. Is it? I've never even thought of that. We're back from commercial break. The puck is dropped. 13:48 to go in the second period. Here on Sports Interactions, the locker room. Nice pass to Tavares. Great play. Gets his own rebound. Oh, my goodness. Great stop from Nedeljkovic. Man, Leafs are humming. Shot from the Penguins. I think that was stopped by Jones. Riley chugging away up the ice. Nylander! Stopped by Nedeljkovic. No Bertuzzi rebound. Man, oh man. I like that the Leafs are getting all these chances, but like you don't want to open it up too much. because I mean, the Penguins are going to be cheating for offense here. That's interference. I think that was Bobby McMann getting taken down. Puck nowhere near him. And the Leafs are getting a penalty? What happened? I saw a Penguin went down. What happened there? Cam says calling it now. 6-5 Leaf win in OT. Shut up. Shut up, Cam. Is that Cam Stewart? Stewart? Where's this penalty? Pontus Holmberg. Oh, yeah, it's definitely a trip. On, who is that? Danton Heinen? No, he's on the Bruins. Who's 43 on Pittsburgh? That's crap. I thought the Leafs should have got, or the Penguins should have got a penalty for interference there on McMann. Jansen Harkins. Right. They got him off waivers from Winnipeg, I believe. Nedeljkovic going to the bench for a little mask repair so that the Penguins can get an extra breath. Puck is dropped. Crosby. Ooh, his pass doesn't connect. Probably a good thing, too. Carlson puts it on high. That goes wide. McCabe clears the zone. Carlson almost kept that in with his glove. Kampf doing his best to shadow Malkin. Doesn't quite work. Quarter of this Pittsburgh power play gone. Leafs, it's out of play. Won't be a penalty or anything. Yeah, where's Buzz Flibbit? Buzz Flibbit needs to come through for the Pittsburgh Penguins. Mark Donk as well. You get a couple from each of those guys. You're only down one. Puck is dropped. Gensel with it. Back to Carlson. Gensel. Oh my goodness. Penguins moving it around quite well. Shot on, goes wide. Kampf, nifty move to Jake McCabe. Puts it off the glass and out. That was nice. That was nice. This power play half over now. Gregor shadowing the point. Malkin. Gregor taps it. Not enough to take it off the Penguins, though. Carlson throws it deep for Gensel, who puts it around the boards. Carlson, woo. A lot of this runs through Carlson. Why wouldn't it? It's Eric friggin' Carlson. To Malkin. Can't get the pass quite across. Carlson with it again. Malkin flubs it, gets it back. 30 seconds to go in this Penguins power play. Malkin across, connects! Oh, Jones with the save! Penguins get it back. 20 seconds to go. Carlson walking that line. Staying out for the full 2 minutes, looks like. Malkin to Carlson. Carlson getting into more of a shooter's position, but he passes it off. Passes it again to Malkin. Carlson, blast! Block from Liljegren, and that looked like it hurt. Crosby stopped by Jones. Penalty is over. Get back onto the ice, lad. Penguins have the puck. Lagesson blocks the pass. Blocks it again. These Leafs are exhausted. They're barely moving out there. Penguins can't get the puck through. Oh, Leafs save a goal there. Yarncroke gets it out of the zone, and these guys need to change desperately. Penguins have the puck again. Liljegren still out there. He's been out there for 2.5 minutes, and I think he's sore. Holmberg is the fresh legs out there, just coming out of the box. And Jones with the stop and a whistle with 10:06 to go in the second. Wow, wow, wow. I'd love to know how many shot attempts they got on that one. Those were some long shifts. Ooh. I don't know if this is up to date or not, but Jake McCabe leading the way in ice time for the Leafs at 11 minutes, 15 seconds. Liljegren just behind him 11 minutes and 5 seconds. Riley's behind the both of them, probably merely because of that shift. Knies with it. Gets it stripped. Jeff Carter gets it stripped. Max Domi is a mile offside. No, that wasn't Max Domi. He had the puck. And the Leafs go offside for a whistle. 9:34 to go in the second. Richard pointing out Karlsson had a 97.2 mile an hour slap shot on that power play. Holy cow. Sports Interactions, the locker room. That's where we are. That's where we're having a good time. Are we having a good time? Of course we are. Because we're in Sports Interactions, the locker room. We're having a stream. And it's a good one. It's a really good one. You know what? I should tweet. I'm going to tweet. I'm going to tweet Strummin. So we have an over-under for total goals up on the screen. 7.5. So we're already at 5. So you need 3 more goals to go over. 2 or less to go under. The over is at minus 140. The under is at plus 105. The under's plus? There's still half a game left. And like we just saw last game against Columbus. Like even if you think the Leafs are going to win this one, the odds of it ending 6-2, 6-3, 5-3. $2 Steve's interested in that one. I'm interested in that one. Warrior Womp. I like the part in the game where the Leafs score the goals and the Penguins don't score the goals. I like that too. We are back from commercial break. $9:34 to go in the second. Puck is dropped. With this shift, Max Domi will finally reach 7 minutes played in this game. He has a goal and 2 assists. Puck goes out of play. 9:21 to go in the second period. Producer Drew is saying that these are the types of games where your fourth line should play 15 minutes. Here's the problem, Producer Drew. It's not the Leafs' first line or fourth line. It's the Marlies' first line. Like I'm almost positive this is what their starting lineup was for the season. McMann with Holmberg and Robertson. I'd like to see what they're made of. Why not? You can put a babysitter on all the lines. Ooh, Timmins gives it away. Here comes Jeff Carter. Stopped by Martin Jones. I mean, you got to think about it this way. Whoa. Stop there. Martin Jones, every time he hits the ice, he's playing for his NHL career. Oh, blocked from Connor Timmins. I really didn't want that to go in. I just said like my rah-rah inspirational speech and then he gets scored on. That'd be bad. No, Martin Jones won 27 NHL games last year and he couldn't get a backup job even this year. So every time he touches the ice, he's out there trying to keep his NHL career alive. If he only plays like 5 NHL games this season and like he doesn't even do well, you think he's going to get another offer next year? Like maybe. Do you think he has a realistic shot of playing many more NHL games? Probably not. There's another save. 8 minutes to go in the second period here. That shot doesn't get through. Bertuzzi battling, looking for a high stick, and he'll get it. Malkin does not like it. He's saying Bertuzzi flipped his head back Malkin's a big red miss guy, though. Wow, Letang is still in the box. Man, oh man, oh man. He looks pissed. Oh yeah, Malkin. Oh yeah, after he high sticked him like in the ear, he kind of like elbows Bertuzzi in the head too. Man, like I'm not. No, yeah, I am. Malkin's a dirty player. I'm not saying he's a player with no integrity. I'm not saying he's a player like he's a Hockey Hall of Famer, incredible resume. I'd take him on my team, but like he's a bit nuts. 7:54 to go. Puck has dropped. Leafs power play and a 5-0 lead in a game where they're getting outshot, by the way. I'd love to know what the expected goals are, though. Penguins have had some chances, man. Like, they should have scored in the first 2 minutes. They sent that one wide. Max Domi is out there on this top power play unit. Riley saves it at the line. That was nice. Mitch. Oh! Off the bar. The expected goals are 3.6 to 7.9. I assume in favor of the Leafs. 1.9. 3.6 to 1.9. I imagine that goes up after the hitting the post there. How did you find that so fast, Producer Drew? He's magic. You're incredible. That was really impressive. You're impressive. Here come the Leafs. Robertson gains the zone, leaves it for Knies. Knies, nice spin move. Up the boards, gets it to the point to Connor Timmins. Timmins to Bertuzzi. Bertuzzi back to Timmins. Timmins puts it on. Blocked. Penguins up the ice. Martin Jones way out to play it. Gets it to Robertson. Lots of trust in the kid there. 40 seconds to go in this Leafs power play. Here comes Robertson again. The carrier here, the zone entry guy on this second unit. Yarncroak to the point. Bang! Oh, Matthew Knies with the one-timer. Did not go in. Timmins, whoa, has to settle that puck down. Robertson shoots! Wide. And that'll Beyblade its way around the ice. 10 seconds ago in this Leafs power play. They have an opportunity for an entry at very least. It's David Kampf out there. He might get a power play goal here. Oh my goodness! Noah Gregor scores! Noah Gregor just scored a power play goal! There was 1 second left. That counts. Noah Gregor just got a power play goal with David Kampf on the ice. That just happened. That's real. Oh, the Leafs are pumping the Pittsburgh Penguins. 5:55 to go in the second. Riley off the bar. Knies could have had one. And it was Tyler Bertuzzi with the nice move to get it to Noah Gregor. Ooh, and that just goes right through Alex Nedeljkovic. That should not be a goal. That should not be a goal. Kyle Dubas be like, I would change nothing. I know they're down 6-0, but I would change nothing. I am perfect. Trust the process. Puck is dropped, by the way. Are the Leafs about to get another power play? They are. Oh my gosh. .518 to go in the second. The Leafs are up 6-0. They just scored a power play goal from Noah Gregor. And I believe they're about to head back to the power play. Who is it? Jake Gensel. Yeah, Gensel with a high stick on Kampf. And I mean, it's pretty irresponsible. Penguins are undisciplined. Yeah, man. They've always had this. Like, even at their best, they get rattled. They get rattled. They're not afraid of a fight, which is good for a team with their skill. You don't want them to be afraid of a fight. But my goodness. Wow. Nick saying third period's going to be crazy. The Pens are going to get 10 power plays. Honestly, you might be right. I mean, 6-0's quite the lead. So how's that over-under looking? Hey? You just need them to score 8. They're already at 6. If you pick the over, that is. Goodness gracious. I want to see if that Gregor goal counted officially as a power play goal. It should have. There was time on the clock. Noah Gregor, PPG. Unreal. I love it. Noah Gregor from Tyler Bertuzzi and Connor Timmins. Wow. Leafs have gotten 3 power plays this period. Penguins have only gotten 1. The updated over-under total, if you're interested in getting in on the action now from Sports Interaction, is 8.5. The over is plus 110. Leafs power play started. Here we go. Matthew Knies, first Gordie Howe hat trick since February 21st, 2015. It was Daniel Winnick. He was so good. He was so good on a Leaf team that was not worth watching at all. Nylander gains the zone. Marner. Oh boy, here we go. Tavares robbed. Absolutely robbed. That should have been in. That's a great stop there from Ned. Nylander gains the zone to Domi. Back to Nylander. Jeez. Almost scored off a deflection. Marner. Power play half over. The Leafs have not taken their foot off the gas at all. I think the goal is to play 0 defense in the third. But they know that 5 is not enough. You need 6. You need at least 6. New prop on the screen. Oh my God. The Leafs to win the cup. It is the Leafs, right? Plus 1,100. $20 seconds ago here on this power play. Penguins escape the zone 2-on-2. Connor Timmins will break that up. He's going to try to get, risky pass to Yarncroke, but it works. Here comes the Leafs breakout, 3-on-2. Robertson gets it. Curls back. Curls again, gets the puck stripped, and the Penguins kill it off. Matthew Knies will hold it in the zone, though. Gets crunched. Leafs can't hold the zone again. They still have the puck, though. Knies, good job waiting for teammates and going off for a change. Good job. It's the subtle things, the little things. Noah Gregor shoots. That goes up and out of play. Gosh. Sonia saying Leafs win the cup. LMAO, happy getting out of the first round. You know you need to get out of the first round to win the cup, eh? All right, that's the first step. Well, the first step is getting to the playoffs, I guess. And you got to do it through 82 games. That's so many games. 2:57 to go in the second period. We got a face-off in the Penguin zone. David Kampf out there against Jeff Carter. Or was Kampf just kicked out of the circle? Yes, he was. Noah Gregor. Puck has dropped. Jones handles it. Along the half boards. Leafs just chop it out. I think they'd like to get to intermission. Thank you very much. Here come the Penguins with speed, though. They dump it in. Simone Benoit. Oh, gives it away. Penguins blast. Stopped. Blocked. Penguins have it behind the net. Oh, Liljegren clears it. I got to tell you, it's 6-0, and the intensity of this game from both teams hasn't dipped a bit. Montreal's up 4-0 on the Islanders? Winnipeg's up. Ugh. What's going on the out-of-town scoreboard tonight? They're probably wondering the same thing about this game. You know, some guy has Matthews in fantasy, and he's like, yes! And he has no idea. Penguins go offside. Letang complaining. He is having a miserable night. You know, you just got 10 minutes for yapping at the refs. You might want to, I don't know, shut up. Might want to shut up. Jay saying we should have a "there's so many games" shirt. You're totally right. Producer Drew with a good point. Like, shouldn't Letang want to be kicked out? Like, just pull a Draymond. Just, I don't want to be part of this game anymore, and just like slap someone. Oh, Sidney Crosby. Oh, he had a partial break. Penguins still have it. Behind the net. That was John Tavares breaking that up with Sidney Crosby. Good foot race there. Two former first overall picks, 2005 and 2009, respectively. Here comes Ludwig. Blocked. Oh, Leafs blocked the rebound. The Leafs are playing good in front of their goalie. And Martin Jones with the block. Crosby dug at it a bit. Oh, boy. I think this might be gloves off here. Crosby dug at it, and the Leafs didn't like it at all. Tavares tangled up with Crosby. Crosby's dad just mouthed something in the box. Oh, this is the Penguins' dad's trip? Oh, and they're watching this? Oh. Dude, I thought that was just a guy who liked the Penguins. Oh. That's tough. Timmins and Crosby going off. Yeah, Crosby would probably beat Tavares up. Except Tavares is the captain of the Leafs, so no, he wouldn't. I think Tavares would win. Actually, so this is the third 4-on-4 action of the game. I once saw John Tavares at the teeniest, tiniest little tavern in Cole Harbour, Nova Scotia. I was visiting Nova Scotia, and we went to Cole Harbour just to take a picture by the Cole Harbour sign. And there's a bar. I can't remember what it's called. Is it the Bulldog or I can't remember. But my wife goes, there's someone behind you and they're a hockey player and I recognize them, but I don't know who they are. And he was on the Islanders at the time, and it was Tavares and it was another guy in the Islanders. I can't remember who it was. And it's because they were helping out at Crosby's camp. Puck is dropped. There's a little Dangle exclusive for you. 4-on-4 action here. Less than a minute to go in the second period now. Riley up the ice to Yarncroke, who gains the zone. David Kampf out there. Loving the 4-on-4 action. Liljegren out there. Just get to intermission, boys. Just get to intermission. Penguins. They got open ice. They shoot. Up and over the net. Bit of a hiccup there. Malkin. Shoots wide. Kampf had no idea where that was. Penguins. This looks like a power play. That's no good. 20 seconds to go here. Feels like a penalty kill. Oh! Martin Jones covers the puck up. Like I told you, man, there's been zero dip in intensity in this game. Iggy16, didn't you talk to Tavares for the junior show you did? Surprised you didn't say anything. So I did, but I don't like bothering players when they're out and about, and I really don't like bothering them when they're eating. And I don't know, Tavares wouldn't have remembered. Puck is dropped. You got to remember, in Tavares' draft year, he did 50 million interviews. Calvin DeHaan, who was his Oshawa Generals teammate and was also draft eligible that year, did not do 50 million interviews. So he remembered me. John Tavares, I wouldn't expect to. Period is over. 4-on-4 is going to trickle into the third period. Holy Toledo. It is 6-0 Toronto Maple Leafs over the Pittsburgh Penguins, still with a period of hockey to go. Out of town news from producer Drew. David Pastrnak just got a 5-minute major in a game misconduct. What'd he do? He boarded Ryan Lindgren, who you might remember from Jake McCabe blew him up a couple games ago. Let me try and here it is. Oh boy, that's bad. Yeah, that might be getting a look from the league. The 5 in a game makes it more likely that Pasta doesn't get a game or 2. Oh, Ryan Lindgren. And Pasta's complaining. Like, listen, I know Lindgren turns. I know he does. But we talked about this on the podcast recently. When Lindgren got blown up by McCabe, he did all the things you're not supposed to do. He dropped the pass behind him. He was admiring it. And so what did McCabe do? Decapitate him? No, he laid a stiff, legal body check. The onus, even though Lindgren was being irresponsible, negligent even though Lindgren wasn't doing the smartest things, the onus was always on Jake McCabe to not throw an illegal hit. So Pasta can complain all he wants, and every other guy who throws this hit can complain all they want. You got to throw a legal check. That's not a legal check. Well, what am I supposed to do? If you don't think you can throw a legal check, then don't throw a check at all. And you might say, well, that's ridiculous. Well, that's the way it's written in the rules, man. If you can't do it legally, get out. Let's go to second intermission content. What do we got? It's 2 videos. The best sibling rivalry in sports. Or no, best sibling duo in sports. And sorry, what was the second one? Best sports moment of 2023 here on Sports Interactions, The Locker Room. 6-0 Leafs. We'll be right back. Click like, click subscribe, tell all your friends.
Or what is the best sibling duo in sports?
Johnny, you go first.
I want to give a little shout out to the ladies here. I mean, I think it's Serena and Venus Williams.
It is Serena and Venus. You
Like,
know.
I mean, them two dominating their craft for as long as they did, and obviously Serena Williams is an absolute freak, probably one of the best female athletes ever.
One of the best athletes ever.
Yeah, one of the best athletes ever, obviously, too. But yeah, it's Serena and Venus Williams, and obviously you got to throw up like Peyton Manning and Eli Manning up there with all the Super Bowls they've won and stuff like that. But Venus and Serena Williams is like clear cut for me, number one. Two siblings that just dominate their sport as long as they did, and how good of like the longevity they've had. How good, they're just. I think that's just clear cut one.
I have to back Johnny on this one too, because I think when it comes to what they were able to achieve, win, the longevity, I don't think there are 2 other athletes that have played a sport for as long as those 2 did at the same time. I don't know how long Eli and Peyton played, but I'm pretty sure that Serena and Venus outplayed. You know what I mean? Not outplayed them, played them longer. But I think all aspects of it, they were everything. And also I think just the fact that they were 2 young Black women in the sport that is, let's be honest, came out as it was a very rich white sport initially.
For sure.
And just that alone, I think their story is just so incredible. And there are so many incredible stories in sports, let's be serious. But I think that as well just makes it's incredible what they did.
Yeah, I think the only duo you can match up with them are the Mannings.
Yeah.
Peyton and Eli, 4 Super Bowls, 3 Super Bowl MVPs, 2 guys that dominated, or one more so than the other, dominated their position in the sport for a number of years. But again, no sibling duo had as much dominance where it's a clear cut number 1, number 2 in the sport than, the Williams sisters.
Mm-hmm.
So I agree with that one. Plus, they made a super good movie out of it too. I really like that King Richard.
King
movie.
Richard?
Yeah,
That's a good
shout
movie.
out. That was the one Will Smith won the Oscar for and slapped Chris Rock on stage.
That's insane.
Well, you can also make the case too, the Kelsey brothers.
Oh shit, that's a good one too.
Yeah,
I don't know.
like,
I heard
Travis
one's dating
Kelce-
Taylor Swift. So
Travis Kelce is like on pace to be like one of the best tight ends ever. I think he might have broke Gonzalez's record.
I think he did. Yeah.
Of receiving yards. Yeah. So I mean, and Jason Kelsey's like one of the best centers of all time. So both have Super Bowls. Obviously, like I said, Travis Kelce, one of the greatest tight ends ever. So yeah, you can make the Kelsey argument for sure as well.
Yeah, not to mention Kelsey dating Times Person of the Year, Time Magazine 2023 Person of the Year, Taylor Swift.
God.
That
I mean,
adds
that's
to
a
the
big
We've
resume.
gone south as a human race.
You think she got that award on her own, or dating him helped her get that?
No, she got it on her own. I just
Yeah.
can't believe how much like following she has. Like I'm still not on the train. I don't listen to her music, and that's probably why. But like, not that I'm like avoiding it. I just didn't get into it. But like, this girl's like ability is incredible. I've also heard that she's not even a good performer. Like I've known people that have seen her. Like, sorry, she's a good performer, but she's not a good singer. Correction. But like you go for the show and it's just the vibes. But like it's not even like the talent. It's just more like what you know what I mean? Like she doesn't have that raw singing talent from what I hear. It's just like she has this ability to perform, but like people are obsessed with her.
Oh
Like
her
the
fans
following.
are
Like,
nuts.
is there anyone more famous in the world than Taylor Swift?
No.
No,
That's crazy, right? I don't
Yeah, it
know.
is.
What a time we live in.
maybe Bad Bunny, I'd argue, would be up
Bad
there.
Bunny is, I think, the second biggest streaming artist on Spotify after Taylor Swift.
Oh, he's number 2. Okay,
Yeah,
I
and
didn't
like
know that.
being like Latino and obviously like bringing back reggaeton, like it's huge for him and like the Latino community because he doesn't sing in English, which is like obviously like the biggest language in the world. So that is just amazing because he's literally like he's getting people that don't speak Spanish listening to Spanish music.
For sure. And that's what like Taylor Swift's getting people that don't watch football to now watch football. I wanted to ask you both, Sean as well, what is your top sports moment of 2023, either personally or
I already know
globally? Like, what
Sarah's
was your
answer.
moment?
Are we counting that World Cup as 2023 because it was in the 2022-2023 football season?
Yeah,
mean,
we
are
count
you-
it.
Then do 2. Then do 2.
Well, I mean, okay, obviously, like if you're going to count it like that, it has to be Argentina and more so Lionel Messi winning the World Cup. Yeah, I mean, that was like culturally just amazing. And even if you weren't a football fan, like everyone was on that. Like it was incredible. And like there was so many storylines behind it. I mean, like they hadn't won since Maradona in 86 and now Messi's here and it's like the Ronaldo and Messi going back and forth, like and the fact that they lost to Saudi Arabia to start that tournament, like there were just so many storylines and like it was a fairy tale finally. Like it was, I feel like a lot of neutral fans were even like, no man, Messi has to win this. Like what he did in that tournament too at the age of 35, like nuts. 34, sorry. Yeah, I don't know. I would say that if we're counting it as like that's when the football season was. If we're just 23 and onwards, come back to me. I have one, but I might have a better one. Johnny, what's
Okay.
yours?
I honestly think like obviously they didn't end up winning the Super Bowl, but I just think seeing like a Philadelphia, like seeing the city of Philadelphia have multiple teams play in championships in a season is massive. I mean, seeing like the Phillies, the Eagles, like I know it was like a decent amount of time in between, but I think the Philadelphia Eagles making the Super Bowl is massive. I mean, that's one of the most electric sports cities on the planet. And the fact that they were in the Super Bowl and obviously had the Kelsey Bowl and all that type of stuff, I think that Super Bowl is probably like not many big moments happen in 2023 besides that Super Bowl. I can't even really think of any other ones, to be honest.
Have you ever been to a game in Philadelphia?
No, I have a couple buddies that play on the Philly. I've been to a couple Phillies games, but I've never been to like a Eagles game or anything like that.
Guys, Philly fans are the worst. What are we doing right now?
What do you mean?
Well, they're the worst, but
I cannot stand any
They're
Philly
crazy.
team because of their fans, because they are the most, not even about being crazy, be passionate, but like the most obnoxious fans in the world, I think. Like watching the Eagles lose is amazing. The 76ers? Are you kidding me? With Raptors history? No, thank you. I don't know, man. I've only been in the Philadelphia airport, and that was as far as I would go. Passed on through, like Philly is like, I feel like, I don't know, like I get, like, I love the passion, but like the annoyance that comes with it it's too much. Like they're insufferable.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense. It's just like I respect.
It's like I love it.
Like, how many encounters with Philly fans have you had personally?
There's a lot of Philly fans in Toronto. Do you not think?
Well, like, how many have you had encounters with personally?
A lot. I have a lot of friends, or like a lot of people I know that like support, let's say, Philly teams,
You
and
just
also
hate them all.
I don't hate them. Hate is such a strong word.
You just dislike them
No,
all.
I just like, I can't get like, I don't know. Like I just find it's like the most annoying fan base, and it's not passion to me. It's just like a pest, just like in your ear.
If you don't like Philly fans, you're not gonna like my moment of the year. It's gotta be, no doubt, the Toronto Maple Leafs winning a round in the playoffs. I mean, one of the greatest moments of my life watching that happen. The team that I've watched lose year after year after year after year after year, you know, going down, being up 3-1 in a game, blowing a lead, getting swept, losing to Columbus, all these horrible, horrible moments ingrained in my brain, all put aside when they won a playoff series in 6 games against the Tampa Bay Lightning. That was one of the greatest nights of my life. Went out partying after. I was wearing a Leafs jersey. People were coming up to me saying congratulations, like, way to go. Like, I did something, which I thought was awesome. And although it was short-lived, you know, they got destroyed over the next 2 weeks. That night and that moment in 2023 is something I'll never forget. And so that for me is the moment of the year.
That's fair. That's like a personal moment. So that makes like a lot of sense.
I think that Toronto sports as a whole, that's probably right up there with the Raptors championship in terms of Toronto sports success in the last few years.
The Raptors won something. You guys
I know
didn't
Leafs
win
won
shit.
something.
No,
I know,
you
but
didn't.
They won a series.
Okay, well, like, I mean, you keep
You know
winning
what I
your
mean?
series. Get some silverware, and then we'll talk.
I don't know.
Manchester City winning the treble was absolutely fucking amazing for
I mean, Saudi money.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And listen, I'm not a Man City fan, but like anytime a team wins a treble, you gotta kind of pay homage to like that team and what they did. Great, like fantastic season for them and Guardiola. Like I just think in terms of that, like I'm just thinking about obviously soccer specifically, but I think if we're considering that World Cup, I think Messi winning the World Cup is the biggest sports moment of the year for all of us. I'm sorry, they're bigger than both of your moments.
You know what my favorite moment of 2023 was? Getting to be here with all of you in the locker room, presented by Sports Interaction. See how I did that? See how I did that? And I'm being honest. I'm going to tweet out the link. Getting ready for the third. Let's go. There it is. Hi, Steve Dangle here. Welcome to Sports Interactions, the locker room. We are streaming a nail-biter of a game between the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Pittsburgh Penguins. The Leafs do not have TJ Brodie, who is their top right defenseman. Not right-handed, but right-playing defenseman. Austin Matthews, who is their top center. Naturally, the Leafs are up 6-0. What is going on? What is going on indeed? What do we got in the chat there, boys and girls? Yeah, B-Leaf. Everyone in the chat seems to be talking about the David Pastrnak 5-minute major in the Bruins-Rangers game. I feel bad for Lindgren, man. That guy's gotten rocked recently. One clean, one dirty. This one dirty. Richard, I'm a Wild fan. Have you seen how much Philip Gustafson has improved with the coaching change? Under Evison, he was 2-6-2 with an 881 save percentage, 3.94 goals against. With Hines, he's 6-1 with a 953 save percentage and a 1.28 goals against. Yeah, all it took was a coach firing and for me to drop him in fantasy. I still have Bobrovsky. I dropped Levi. I got him back. And Wool. Oh, why didn't I talk about the best waiver wire pickup of the season? Actually, two. Philip Forsberg was available, and I was able to get him. He's, I think, 9th ranked in my pool. But Connor Ingram, he's one of the highest ranked goalies in the league. Got a shutout yesterday, I'm pretty sure. Got him off waivers because he's the backup of the Coyotes, or was at the beginning of the season. Nailed it. Warrior Womp. Steve, who is on your Christmas list for trades? Chris Tanev, not because I think he'll make the Leafs better, but because I want to stop talking about it. That is enough. Are you doing it or not? Shut up and kiss. I'm tired of it. Tired. You know what, man? The Leafs' depth on D has proven to be far better than I think any of us thought. And here's the problem. Like, Liljegren just got back. Brody's not even in the lineup, though. Like, aren't you going to want to have a look at what your D-core looks like when it's sort of healthy? And you could say, well, it was at the beginning of the season. Yeah, but that's the beginning of the season, and no one looks good at the beginning of the season. It's pond hockey. It's pond hockey. It's garbage. Like, whether your team wins or loses, it's not high quality hockey. If your team kicks ass out of the gate, you shouldn't get too high off of it. If your team stinks out of the gate, you shouldn't get too worried about it. You know, I was worried when they were a million injuries down, but Liljegren's back. I assume Brody will be back, once he's done puking from the flu or whatever. Giordano's skating. I think you'll need help on the right. Like, I don't even know if Connor Timmins is in this lineup when everyone's healthy. Tanev would certainly make the team better. I don't think there's a question there. But, does how well the depth guys have played on D convince you that, you know what, maybe I don't need to spend that much. Maybe I don't need to break the bank. Maybe I don't need to give up 11 first-round picks or something like that. Chris in the chat saying Tanev, Hanifin. Oh, Tanev, Hanifin, and Lindholm. I thought you were saying your list for Brody, Nylander, and picks. Shut up. Absolutely not. How dare you? Steve! Dennis Hildeby is up to a 929 save percentage in 11 games in the AHL this season. Does he need another year in the AHL to cook, or is he Wolves backup next season? I mean, I think he needs at least this season. He needs at least this season in the minors. But after the season, I mean, if he maintains that pace, all bets are off. Puck is dropped in the third period if you want to sync up. 4-on-4 action for the next 45 seconds. Crosby in the box, so is Connor Timmins. Love you, Connor. I'll take that trade. Tavares corrals the puck. Leafs stay on side. Riley! Tavares rebound. Leafs almost score immediately to start the third period. Malkin steals the puck off Nylander. Nylander stays with him, though. Malkin stays with the puck. Ludwig loses the puck. Penguins lose the zone. 10 seconds until both Connor Timmins and Sidney Crosby are released out of the box at the same time. So Letang just holding on to it. David Kampf and Kalle Yarncroke out there. Yeah, that makes sense. That's probably what I'd do. Timmins gets right off the ice. So the Leafs can get Noah Gregor out there. I imagine this. Oh, no! giveaway in front of Jones. No goal. Leafs 2-on-2. Here's Noah Gregor going to the net hard. Oh, it's a goal. No, they wave it off. Are they saying Gregor bumped into Nedeljkovic? I got to see this again. Oh, I'm not sure. He definitely drove the net hard. Are they just saying it's no goal, but it's not a penalty? So Gregor drives the net. He shoots. I mean, he certainly knocks Karlsson right into Nedeljkovic. I don't hate that call. Karlsson's behind him, though. I mean, the Leafs are up 6-0. I'm not going to fight tooth and nail for this, but why, though? Like, why? No? Yeah, that's you're already winning 6-0 call. Face off just outside of the Penguin zone. Domi getting it. I think Chris Boucher just said something funny. Because Gregor just laughed. Someone threw a hat on the ice? Wait, is that a Penguins hat? What is that? I hope it wasn't one of the dads. That's crazy they're getting pumped 6-0 on the dad's trip. That sucks. I'm positive that's happened to the Leafs before. I seem to remember that. Wait, was last game still the dad's trip? Producer Drew and I are having a debate. I don't think it was. Yeah, they just got back from the dad's trip, which is probably why they were down 5-0. Penguins are about to go to the power play. Blocked. The play will end if the Leafs could ever get the puck off the Penguins. 18 minutes to go in the third period. Penguins basically on a 6-on-5 power play right now, but Robertson takes the puck off. Hey, if you're watching on the YouTube channel and you're like, where's the chat? The chat is in the locker room, presented by Sports Interaction. Go to the description in the YouTube video. And click it. Craig Simpson on the broadcast saying, nah, I think that's a goal. Watching it back, I mean, Noah Gregor does get his stick into Nedeljkovic's face. I don't have a problem with, I mean, in a 6-0 game, with that being no goal and also no penalty. But Penguins on the power play. Karlsson blocked by David Kampf. 17:45 to go in the third period. If you're looking to sync up. Iggy says first of the makeup calls. Yeah, you guys did call this in the chat. Penguins, rip it on, rebound. Leafs, clear the rebound, but not the zone. Here comes Malkin. Down low to Gensel. Puck doesn't get through. Leafs doing a great job cutting off passes tonight, and we are 30 seconds gone in this Penguins power play. Warrior Womp says, come on, Jones. Shh. Shh. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. How many of the people in the chat took that bet? Took the Jones you-know-what bet? Canucks says, how would you feel if this was a 1-1 game? I mean, I would feel more passionately that it should be a goal, but that's why I made the points that I made. Like, Karlsson is behind Gregor, but also Gregor gets his stick into Nedeljkovic's face. Ultimately, I don't think you can do that to a goalie. Now, if we watch the replay again and we find out it's Karlsson's fault, then maybe I'd feel more passionately that it should be a goal. Penguins put it through the slot. Nothing doing. 30 seconds to go. Blast. Stop by Jones. Let's go, bud. Gensel on the bench looking miserable. Name tags. Don't you even type it. Pagan, you misspelled it. Don't even misspell it. Yeah, Vaughn's got the right idea. Can we not say the S word? I'd rather you say the actual S word. The 4-letter S word. Maybe don't do that either. You might get banned. I don't know. I imagine they have filters for that. Here's Letang. Wide of the Leafs net. And this penalty is over. Scamper back onto the ice. Scamper Max. Oh my goodness. Penguins just completely had a golden opportunity to score. They passed and the pass doesn't get through. It was Malkin, right? Yeah, producer Drew just saying, yeah, Malkin has an empty net here, man. What are you doing? Oh, man, that was a nice save on Puustinen from Jones. Here's Malkin. What are you doing? Look at the plate on the back of your jersey. You're Evgeny Malkin. Shoot that. Nothing going right for the Penguins tonight. 15:38 to go in the third. Puck is dropped. Penguins won that draw. Bertuzzi falls down, as he does. But he does it with style. Nylander can't keep the puck. Riley, oh boy. Jones has handled the puck quite a bit tonight. Here comes Nylander. Riley joining the rush off the bar again. Oh, man. Morgan could have 2 tonight. If you bet the over, Morgan could have got you there off of posts alone. Nylander to Jake McCabe. Nylander will go off. 14:50 to go in the third. And the pace of this game, it's dipping a bit. Sheldon Keefe may be sensing that, so he sends out Bobby McMann and Pontus Holmberg, 2 guys fighting to play one more day in the NHL. Bobby McMann less so than Holmberg. Oh! McMann got hammered there. Are the fans chanting Dubas right now? I just turned up the volume. Are they chanting Dubas? Yeah, they're saying Dubas. Dubas. Yo, that's crazy. I don't think I've ever heard a GM get chanted. Leafs win the faceoff. 14:13 to go in the third. Benoit sends a puck to Tavares that was tipped wide. Leafs almost had another chance there. Penguins trying to clear the zone. Benoit, he's had a really subtly good night, Simone Benoit. Just good plays applying pressure when the Penguins have the puck. There he is again, stepping up. Doing a good job there. Doesn't prevent the breakout, but he stifles it. Creates a situation where the Leafs can get a turnover a little easier. He's had a really subtly nice night. Subtly because his team has scored 6 goals. I don't think you're looking at this game and going, you know what the highlight is? The Leafs defense. Great play from Noah Gregor. Kampf brings it back into his own zone. Gregor can't clear it. Carlson puts it on. Liljegren has done a really good job of saying, get that garbage out of here. Just smacking pucks out of the slot. Under 13 minutes to go here in the third. Good breakup from Knies. Leafs offside. So we get a whistle. Great question. If the Penguins were a seller at the deadline and the Leafs were a buyer, who on the Penguins would you want to acquire? Sidney Crosby, next question. No, I'm kidding. Let's look at who the UFAs are on the Penguins. I tell you what, this is really interesting. Jeff Carter, if that's just a flat no. 3.125, even retaining half. That's just not a good use of your cap space. I'm sure someone would do it. I don't think it's great for the Leafs. Jansen Harkins could be a good depth piece. Vinny Hinostroza, nah. Radim Zahorna, nah. Jake Gensel is a pending UFA. If you got the Penguins to retain half on him, it'd be $3 million. If you traded through another team, you could retain half on top of that, if I'm not mistaken. So the Penguins would retain $3 million, and the second team could retain 1.5. So you would have Jake Gensel on your team for 1.5. Yeah. He'd help out your power play, but boy, is he a bad defensive player. Sometimes. He has his nights. And then on D, there's no one I really want. Chad Ruhwedel. Maybe as like an uber depth guy. Ryan Shea. Nedeljkovic is on the final year of his $1.5 million deal. Meh. Producer Drew with a very good point. Probably a 0% chance Dubas would deal to the Leafs. I mean, yeah. Yeah, fair. Yeah, the broadcast showing Logan Cooley in that face-off against Sidney Crosby. Cooley started hockey because of the camp that Crosby runs out of Pittsburgh. That's just cool, man. Also shows how long Crosby's been doing this. Puck is obviously dropped, by the way. 12 and a half minutes to go in the third period. Fourth line out there working. This is literally, any Penguins fans watching the stream, this is the Marlies' first line. Like, I know Holmberg and Robertson were playing together when both of them were on the Marlies at the same time. I think McMann was on their line, but I'm not totally sure. Oh, dear. McMann falls down. Hit from Timmins again. He's determined to have a physical night. Digging in the corner. Timmins, good job. Oh, big hit there on Timmins. You know, like, we talked on the podcast recently about how a lot of the Penguins' numbers are actually good. Oh, Jones covers the puck. 11:35 to go in the third. A lot of the Penguins' numbers are actually good. Their special teams are letting them down. Man, like, goals aside, scoring chances aside, all that stuff. Man, do the Penguins look soft. They don't look scared. They're never scared. But, like, this is, like, I thought this in at least one of the games that the Penguins had against the Leafs last year. I was just like, oh my God, these guys can't crack an egg. I don't think they're weak. I don't think they're afraid, but like, they get bullied. They get bullied in the corner. Good thing they added Erik Karlsson, resident tough guy. I'm noticing Noel Acciari is not in the lineup. I don't think. Is he hurt? Oh, he's been out for a while. Since when? Oh, penalty. Another high stick. Malkin just waving his hand. Man. What are you waving your hand at? You whacked the guy in the face. Is it a double minor? It is a double minor. Wow. 10:53 to go in the game, and Malkin takes a double minor for high stick, and they've just given up. Oh, it wasn't Knies. It was Jake McCabe, who is bleeding pretty good. James Schultz saying, can we have Spezza back? God, I would love him. Do you see Guy Boucher just cover his mouth like this with his one finger? I don't think that's enough, Guy. Calle Yarncroke taking the top unit face-off. This is the Leafs' second unit. I haven't seen Sheldon let up like this in a game in a very long time. Malkin had 10 minors coming into this game. A little producer Drew stat. He's got 2 tonight. I think technically that's 3 because it's a double minor, right? And he had 1 earlier. Here come the Penguins. Don't you dare allow a shorty. Don't you dare. Tyler Bertuzzi takes it. Oh! Tries to go in between a couple Penguins defensemen. Doesn't quite work. Pontus Holmberg is out there. Sheldon Keefe is just friggin' trying stuff. Here, you play. Liljegren. Robertson shoots. Glove stop from Nedeljkovic. Robertson holds the line. To Knies. Knies gets picked off. Like, I don't know if Marner or Nylander are even going to see the ice here. It's a double minor, though. Leafs are getting new troops over the boards. We'll see who they get. Holmberg around. Kampf! David Kampf is out there. Bobby McMann. Goodness gracious. Noah Gregor. Timothy Liljegren. Holmberg blocked. Dude, this is sad. Now I want the Leafs to score, though, because these guys never see the power play. Like, even Liljegren almost never gets out there. Shoot! Pontus! Oh, great setup for Gregor, who could have had a 2 power play goal game. Bang from Liljegren. Shot tip doesn't quite... Well, it gets through too much, doesn't it? That puck is going to find its way out of the zone. The Leafs will get new players over the boards as Gregor waits for them. There's Timmins. There's an actual, like, power play guy. Second unit, though. To Nick Robertson. Yarncroke. Nah, man. The big guys are just having a sit. Except for Bertuzzi, who sort of counts. Nah, not really. Nylander, Marner, Tavares, they're all getting a rest. Timmins holds it in. Shoot that, Calle. Oh! Almost set up Matthew Knies for a goal. Less than a minute to go here in this Leafs power play. Less than 8 minutes to go in the third period. Probably 8 minutes to go in the game, but we don't know that. Timmins picked off. Ooh, Timmins clipped there. Here comes Matthew Knies going 1-on-3 a little bit. Yeah, that wasn't the greatest possession. Under 30 seconds to go in this power play. Liljegren out there with David Kampf. Man, this is wild. Liljegren taking the puck for a little skate. Good play from Gregor. Good choice. Penguins can't clear the zone. I think that was Bobby McMann. Morgan Rielly out there now for the end of the power play. So Morgan Rielly played about 5 seconds of that double minor. And Malkin now out of the box. Penguins kill it. Six and a half to go in this game. Gensel out there. Penguins put it on. Gloved from Martin Jones. We're getting there, folks. We're getting there. Oh, Knies was so close to his second of the game. Man. What a game. Welcome to Sports Interactions, the locker room. This rules. Mystery Hobo says, Steve, do you think Keefe is letting up more because of Dubas? No. I mean, he's letting up because, like, when was the last 6-0 lead the Leafs have had? And also, like, everyone's sick. Everyone's got the flu. Like, it wouldn't make sense for them to keep it going. Like, the Penguins are clearly, like, they're not interested in the rest of this game. You could tell from Malkin's, like, body language. They're not interested in it. Cheese says the Leafs have COVID, right? I'm not their doctor, man. They said the flu. I don't know. Vaughn says, do you think Dubas sees this as disrespectful? No. I think he's quietly going around that Penguins front office box tonight and going, you know, I signed that guy, right? Pontus Holmberg, you know I drafted him, right? Bobby McMann, you know, I signed him. His numbers were garbage, but I saw a good player there. You know I did that, right? I think he's far more upset about Max Domi getting 3 points. Leafs 11-6 record without Matthews since 21-22. Bobby McMann, first NHL goal. We're back from commercial, obviously. I mean, what a night. What a night. Na. Puck is dropped. 6:32 to go in the third period. A little bit of a giveaway. Crosby with it. You never want those words to follow each other. Penguins missed the net. They're just not executing great tonight. This could be something, though. Pettersson, bomb from the point. Stop from Martin Jones. I think the Penguins are just going to shoot everything. At this point, they just want to beat Jones. Woo! That was a little nasty from Crosby on Jake McCabe, who did not have the puck. Carlson. Leafs look like they're on a penalty kill. I don't like this. Pettersson can't get it through. Leafs doing a really good job cutting off the passes tonight. I mean, if there was an argument, oh boy, 3-on-1 here for the Leafs. How did that happen? Tyler Bertuzzi to Nylander. Oh. Oh my God, that was. Anyway, they scored. I just realized I haven't said that yet. Oh, 5:40 to go in the third. Bertuzzi holds it, and he gets it to Willie. Oh my gosh, Nedeljkovic doesn't even get to his knees. That was an unreal sauce pass from Jake McCabe. Great receipt of the pass from Willie. That is a nasty, like, as casually as you could score a nasty goal. Willie's 15th of the season. Puck is obviously dropped. Bertuzzi's 7th assist. McCabe's 7th assist. McCabe, I think, back-to-back games with assists. Oh man. 7-0 Toronto. Will we get the over? Remember, it was set at 7.5 when I first talked to you about it. Letang! Oh, goes wide. 5 minutes to go in the third. Noah Gregor with it. William Nylander, noted Steve Dangle fantasy guy. William Nylander. God, he's been great for me. This morning, Philip Forsberg was ranked 9th in my pool, and Nylander was ranked 10th, and I have both. It's the best. It's the best. Holmberg up the ice, picked off by the Penguins, who fall down. And the puck goes into the Leafs bench. 4:28 to go in the third period. Richard says Jones needs a goal. Yeah, let's hit 10. Mikey's got it. Let's hit 10. Oh my gosh. I have. Okay, so Jack Hughes had a hat trick tonight. There's 13 points for you, boy. Brott had 3 assists. There's 8.10 points for you, boy. Nylander has a goal and an assist. There's 7.2. Riley with an assist, and he must have a bunch of other stuff because he's at 6.3. Nylander's on pace for 115 points. By the way, Bobrovsky is playing the Oilers tonight. I am benching him. Nope. Not dealing with that. I'm winning this week by like 40. Nope. Not playing him tonight. What does Nylander's contract look like? Producer Drew, always bubble bursting. I think when you get to a certain point, it's do you want to play here or not? A lot of guys, it's funny, we always talk about guys taking a discount. And funny enough, a lot of the guys at the very top, in terms of money earning power, they take a discount on top of what they could have gotten elsewhere because they want to be where they are. Tavares got offered like 13 million from San Jose years ago and turned it down. Could Nylander on the open market get 11? I think so. Is it a good idea to give him 11? No. Is it a good idea for anyone to offer him 11? No, I don't think so. So, do you want to chase the biggest payday possible? Or are you going to sacrifice a little piece of your generational wealth so that you could play where you want to? If he wants to play here, he'll still be fabulously rich. Puck is dropped. He was asking for 10 or 10 and a quarter at the beginning of the season. At the beginning of the season, that was a crazy thing for him to ask for, 40-goal season or not. Now that he's doing this, I don't think it's so crazy. 4 minutes to go. Now that he's doing this, at this point, if he wants to stay here, he'll have to take less than he can get on the open market because that's all the Leafs can really offer him. What are you going to do? Trade him? You've been a top 10 team in the league for like a month. You're about to be 10, 1 and 4 in your last 15 games. I think you just make your peace with he's going to have the season he's having, which is a really good one. And he hopefully stays. Penguins put it up and over the net. By the way, if you're watching on the YouTube channel, you're a little late for the locker room chat brought to you by Sports Interaction, but you could always click in the description as the Penguins ice the puck. So you could join Sports Interaction's the locker room chat. Also, for goodness sakes, on the SDPN YouTube channel, click like with this thing. Click it. Click like on the stream. Click subscribe. Ooh, that hit the crossbar. Click subscribe if that puck hit the crossbar. If it didn't hit the crossbar, you don't have to subscribe, but it did. I don't make the rules. Producer Drew just put something nice in the chat as well. 2:59 to go in the third period. Puck is dropped. Man, a lot of people beating the traffic, eh? You could not pay me to leave this game early. Ooh, I'm going to try to guess the 3 stars. We got to wait until the game's done. I'm Producer Drew, don't you even say that word into my ears. Don't you even say that word into my ears. He said a word. He said an S word. Tyler Bertuzzi. That was a risky clearing attempt, but it works. 2:18 to go in the third period. 7-0 0 Leafs. Mike Sullivan should pull the goalie. I would love to see that. Like a team just getting completely pumped, pull the goalie just to ruin the thing. Lagesson off the boards and out. Under 2 minutes to go. Neither of these teams are really wanting to continue this thing. Holmberg in front. Come on, Timmins. Puts it on. Glove by Nedeljkovic. 1:38 to go in the third period. Yeah, Terry's seeing what I'm seeing. The Pens body language is terrible. And your body language is terrible. If you're not clicking like and subscribe, that is something you should do. You should click like, click subscribe, tell all your friends. Do you think Shanny sends Dubas a funny gif after this? God, I hope so. Just send him the emoji. Puck is dropped. Simone Benoit! Oh, man. Puck went wide. I thought he scored there. Put it on! Tip from Gregor. Gobbled up by Nedeljkovic. 1:27 to go in the third period. Dun-dun-dun-dun. 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 Everybody dance now. Dun. Max Domi loses. Nope, sorry, that was Calle Yarncroke. Loses the ozone draw. Penguins break out with it. And they just dump it into the zone. Yarncroke gets taken out by Jeff Carter. Timmins scoops that puck out at center ice. $1:11 left in this game. Penguins get it deep. Jones out of his net. Oh no! Oh, Jones with the stop. Final minute of play here. Jeff Carter out there. David Kampf. Lars Eller throws it on. Directed into the corner. Timmins, just get it out. Leafs get it out. Oh, it hit the ref's skate. Where is it? Oh, and they're just killing the clock here. 30 seconds to go in the third. No, the Penguins are going to try one more time. I think that's Radim Zahorna. That's my guess on account of he's 9 feet tall. 20 seconds to go. Penguins blast. Wide. 15 seconds. The puck goes to center ice. I'm not going to say it. Oh, I'm not going to say it. Okay, I'm going to say it. Shutout! Martin Jones with the shutout! That's crazy. His 29th career shutout, 39 saves. The Toronto Maple Leafs beat the brakes and wheels off of the Pittsburgh Penguins. Martin Jones 7-0 against the Penguins, his third shutout against them. A lot of people don't believe me about the career that Martin Jones has had. I got to look this up just to be sure. So that was his 29th career shutout. 29 shutouts puts Jones in a four-way tie for 74th all-time NHL shutouts. He is tied with, you're not going to believe this, Roger Crozier, Dwayne Rollison, and former Leaf James Reimer for 74th all-time. His next shutout will put him in a three-way tie with Cesar Mangiago, Darcy Kemper, and Cam Talbot. Tim Thomas only had 31. Felix Potvin had 32. Now I'm just reading the full list. Dude, unbelievable. Unbelievable. Listen, I really hope you enjoyed this stream. I love doing these streams with you. I hope you have a very Merry Christmas and a Happy Holidays. Listen, I care about you, the viewers, so I'll let you in. There are no more streams scheduled. That does not mean there will be no more streams. That's all I'm saying. There are no more streams scheduled. That does not mean there will be no more streams. Last time, just so you get it, there are no more streams scheduled. That does not mean there are no more streams. I have really, really, really enjoyed Sports Interactions, the locker room with you. What a way to go into Christmas with a 7-0 win over the Pittsburgh Penguins. Absolutely stellar here on Sports Interactions, the locker room. But for now, that is it for this one. Thank you very much for watching. Click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. Tell all your... No, I'm kidding. I wouldn't want to stop in the middle of something that we agreed to and then just stop doing my job. I'm not going to do that. Tell all your friends. SDPN, subscribe. Big things coming.